At any point of time, if you are having dukkha in your life, that means you have ajnana. Once you are clear, this is what you want, your willpower becomes strong. And the more you do meditation, the more you will naturally understand why you have chosen these parents. And don't have any expectations in meditation, because expectations comes from the mind. 1 hour of intense meditation is equal to 6 hours of deep sleep. The more you meditate, the more naturally your body gets sleep, rest. And today we'll go with the question answer session. I expect you will ask very meaningful questions. The questions which will help in your understanding of life. The questions which will help to progress. The questions which will help you to be more happy and to be more peaceful. So we can go with the questions. So the first one is Shweta.
Yes, Namaskar, sir. Namaste, everyone. My name is Shweta. I'm from Haryana, India. And I have only one question, sir. My question is, what can we do to help earthbound souls without getting entangled in Momaya?
So to help the earthbound souls, there is a very specialized department in the higher worlds. A lot of astral masters who are very specialized in that field, they do that job, right? So we don't need
Okay.
to worry too much about it. It is not our job, it is their job. But if any particular soul is coming to you in particular, and you feel that you have to support that particular earthbound soul, then you can sit in meditation. You can give this intent to that particular soul which is trying to contact you. You can give this through the intent, you can communicate to go back to the light. You can ask the soul to trust the process and go back to the light. So, in that way, you are not entangled. Okay. So, the first point to remember is it is not our department. That is the first point. The second point, if any particular soul is coming in contact with you, seeking your guidance, the only reason these earthbound souls seek you is because you are a meditator. So, through your intent, you ask them to go back to the light. You ask them to get off that negativity and fear and attachment and go back to the light, go back to the home. So, this you can do.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
You're welcome. So, next, Sonia.
Good evening, Master.
Yes, madam. Go ahead.
So, yesterday you said about etheric body. So, actually, I didn't understand the meaning of etheric.
Etheric body is nothing but energy body.
And another question you always say about full moon day meditation and all. So, does phases of moon also help in meditation?
Full moon helps with more energy. The significance of a full moon is, see, in any given calendar month, there are 3 days which are more energetic. The day of the full moon, the day before the full moon, and the day after the full moon. More than 80% of our body is water, and more than 79% of the planet Earth is water. So, moon energies impact the water. So, that's why you see on the full moon day, the waves in the ocean are very high because the moon energy impact the water bodies. So, since majority of our body is water, we are also impacted. Especially women, they get impacted. Compared to men, women get more impacted because women are emotional beings. So women get impacted on full moon days with energy. They're impacted with energy. So that's why most of the women, they feel very emotional, they feel very tense, they feel very angry, they feel all kinds of things during full moon. So that is the day there is abundant supply of energy from the cosmos. So those particular days, when you sit in meditation, you harvest that abundant energy into your etheric system, into your energy system. So you can experiment this. Compared to a normal day, you are meditating every day, but on a full moon day, you receive heightened energy. The energy on a full moon day is very high. So you have to use that full moon energy for meditation. See, in Sri Lanka, which is being a Buddhist country, every full moon is a public holiday for them. Every full moon day is a public holiday so that they can sit at home and meditate. So full moon days are meant for meditation because of high energy in the cosmos.
So, on new moon day, there is any impact of negativity there?
New moon day, there is no negativity, but on the new moon day, the impact of the moon is very minimum. So you are naturally very peaceful in your emotions. So when you meditate on a new moon day, because already the energies are very peaceful around you, so you go into a little calm state. in meditation. A lot of healing happens on a full moon day because of intense energy. The new moon day is a day of new beginning because your mind is so peaceful on that day. So you can start new things. In Tamil Nadu, Amavasya, the new moon day, they use that day to start any new projects. They use that day as an auspicious day because on a new moon day, you are not mentally disturbed because the impact of the moon is very minimum. So to start new things, you need clarity. You need to be calm, cool. So they use that Amavasya, they call it as Amavasya, the new moon day, to start new projects, new beginnings. So new moon day is for new beginning. Full moon day is for healing and spiritual growth.
Thank you so much, sir. So basically, I used to suffer a lot of lack of sleep since long time. And the time I got connected with my friend, she's like a mentor to me who brought me into this Anapanasati meditation. And after that, I'm much better in sleep. But still, sir, I am still feeling that I am consciously awake. I don't get that deep sleep. Now, the thing is different. I am energetic the whole day, maybe because of meditation also. And I don't know, nowadays I experience so much that even one thought, the other person says the same what I want to say. So beautiful experiences I'm getting, but still not happy with the sleep what I should get. Like I feel I'm still awake consciously. I'm in a relaxed state, but still deep sleep I'm not getting.
So first of all, you need to let go of the mind programming that you need a deep sleep. You need only 3 to 4 hours of sleep. Your body needs only 3 to 4 hours of sleep for your body muscles and bones to get rest. If you are meditating 1 hour in the morning, 1 hour in the night, if you are meditating, that is good enough. You got plenty of supply of energy, cosmic energy. 1 hour of intense meditation is equal to 6 hours of deep sleep. The energy you get in 1 hour of intense meditation is the same energy you get with 6 hours of intense sleep. So you don't sleep to get energy. You sleep so that your body gets rested. So 4 hours of rest is good enough for the body on any given day. You have to let go that you need deep sleep. You don't need deep sleep. You need only meditation. The more you meditate, the more naturally your body gets sleep, rest, and more naturally you go into deep sleep. It happens naturally. You don't expect, you simply continue meditation and slowly you will notice that you get into a deep sleep. You'll be sleeping only for 4 hours, but that is good enough, right? So continue meditation. Naturally, all your sleep problems will be solved. So don't focus on the sleep. That is my point. Don't focus on the sleep. Focus on meditation. Sleep will happen naturally.
Thank you so much.
Okay. So the next one, Sejal.
Namaste, Master Ji. I'm Sejal from Mumbai. I have a few questions, but my first question is I'm still unmarried and I'm not sure also if I want to even marry and have a baby in future. I understand free will, but I also want to understand how important it is for a lady to bear a child spiritually, from a spiritual angle.
From a spiritual point of view, it is necessary to be in a relationship, to be in samsara. Okay, any kind of relationship is good. To be in a relationship is necessary for your spiritual growth. You can be alone and do sadhana also. But when you're in a relationship, when you're in samsara, then that samsara will teach you great lessons. So you can grow spiritually more. You can grow spiritually more in samsara. Because in samsara, you have many challenges. So more the challenges, more the growth opportunity. So getting married is necessary if you want heightened spiritual growth. To have a child is your choice.
So that has nothing to do with your spiritual growth. Because
No.
I don't know, somebody had told me that, if you don't do a bacha this janam, so next janam you will have to come back again just to complete the cycle.
To have a child is your choice.
Okay.
But if you want more spiritual growth, then be in samsara.
Oh.
Because since you asked from the spiritual point of view, I'm answering from the spiritual point of view.
Yeah. Okay, my second question is I tend to be misunderstood a lot of times. So how do I deal with that situation? Like I don't meet.
Don't care about it.
Okay.
If somebody misunderstands you, that is perfect. But if you misunderstand yourself, then that is a disaster. So focus on self-realization. You have to understand yourself. You have to realize yourself. You have to accept yourself. You should understand yourself correctly, properly. Understanding yourself is nothing but self-realization. So focus on self-realization. If others misunderstand, it is their problem, not your problem.
Okay. Okay, my last question, sir. I have a little guilt in me because I lost both of my parents. And towards the last few years, I wasn't able to give them enough time because of my work and commitments. So, how do I get out of this? It really bothers me a lot sometimes.
Guilt is a poison to the soul. If you don't get out of it, you are poisoning yourself. Every time you regret, you are committing a fresh blunder.
How do I come out of it?
Meditation, Sajjana Sangatya, Swadhyaya, Guru Sangatya. You have to attend the retreat. This retreat is meant for people like you who really need help. Where there is a will, there is a way. You have to help yourself. Okay, so practice silence. Go for silence retreats. A lot of emotional healing happens, and you will come out of a lot of guilt. Okay,
Okay. Thank you, Master Ji. Thank you so much.
Madhuri.
So good evening, Madhavi from Germany. Sir, the meditation was very good. And I have two questions, sir. One is related to the second day of this program, that is day before yesterday. I happened to attend the class and you were talking about the relationships. When a relationship has all the four, like compassion, love, patience, and, this understanding and all. But if the two people are so much involved and they have gone so much, and the two people will have in such a way that it's the world for them. If that one partner is gone, then the other partner is also tend to lose. And how do we care about that person?
You mean to say gone means permanently
Yeah,
disappeared?
yeah. Like if the other person is died and the other person is really unable to
If,
bear that pain.
if you really love your partner, you should be able to give a grand farewell.
Yeah, but they are not able to give that. That's the problem.
That is their problem. What is your problem?
Because being I am in the middle of both of them, I'm seeing both of them, and so I can
Teach,
understand both of them.
teach meditation. This planet Earth is a world of Maya. Nothing is permanent here. You love somebody deeply and you think you are there for eternally on this planet Earth. That is a wrong understanding. You have to understand if you are in dukkha, you are in ajnana. This is the most important point if you have to remember. At any point of time, if you are having dukkha in your life, that means you have ajnana.
So, but how do we teach the other person then? How do we make
Teach.
realize the other person?
You cannot teach. Everybody has to learn themselves.
Okay.
You can only inspire. You cannot change anybody. People have to change themselves using their own free choice, free will.
Then how do we inspire so then?
You become enlightened first. Seeing you, they will get inspired.
Okay. It's all about me then.
It's about
Okay.
you. The more
Yes,
you
sir.
get enlightened, the more your friends get inspired.
Yes, sir. Understood. Yeah,
So
this
if
is
you really
very
want to help your friends, you become enlightened first.
got, sir. Thank you.
Yes. So next, Indra.
So, good evening, sir. My name is Indra. I am from Osur.
Yes, madam.
Sir, my question is I want to know the difference between yoga and meditation.
You want to know the difference between yoga and meditation. So you mean to ask Hatha yoga, body postures, that kind of yoga?
I don't know the difference actually. So, I want to
Okay.
know.
So assuming that you are asking about Hatha yoga, so the difference between yoga and meditation is Hatha yoga increases your immune system. Hatha yoga is good for your physical health.
Okay.
Meditation is Raja yoga. Meditation
Okay.
is good for your body, mind, and soul. Normal yoga is good for your body, mind. Meditation is good for your body, mind, soul. Meditation, in other words, is called Raja yoga. Okay, Hatha yoga is good for the body. Raja yoga is for liberation, enlightenment, freedom from all suffering. It's Raja yoga is for self-realization.
So, is it okay if we are not doing yoga, we can do meditation is fine, right?
Meditation alone is fine.
Okay.
But doing yoga helps to have good immune system to your physical body. It is not compulsory.
Okay.
Yoga is not compulsory, but yoga helps. But meditation is compulsory if you want a peace of mind, if you want
Okay.
calm mind, if you want to live a happy life, meditation is compulsory. Yoga helps, but it is not compulsory. But if you have some physical problems, if you have some immune system issues, if you have some issues in your physical body, then yoga becomes compulsory. But for a normal person, yoga is not compulsory. Okay?
Thank you so much, sir.
So next question, Avinash.
Good evening, sir. Avinash from Pune. My question is like in this spiritual journey, how to know I am on right track or making a progressive path?
Okay, very good question you asked. If you see yourself getting better day by day, you are in the right path. For example, your thoughts, before you used to have a lot of negative thoughts, before you used to have a lot of fears. So your fears have reduced, your anxiety is reduced, your negative thoughts has reduced, even little bit reduced. So that means you are in the right path. Some change is there in your life, some transformation is there in your life. That means you are in the right path. Before, there is a sleep disturbance, but now you are able to sleep peacefully. That means you are in the right path. Before, you get very tired. Now you don't get tired. Even after working 8 hours, you don't get tired. So that means you are in the right path. Before, there is a lot of confusion. Now there is some clarity. Not complete clarity, some clarity is there. So you see a progress in yourself. You see a progress in your life compared to 3 months ago, compared to 4 months ago, compared to 1 month ago. There is a little bit of progress. So that means you are in the right path. When there is no progress, there is zero progress, and also you are going in the reverse direction, then you are in the wrong path. But as long as there is a progress in your life, as long as there is progress in your mental level, in your emotional level, in your physical level, in your spiritual level, there is progress, that means you are in the right path. Okay, then go to the next one. Sapna.
Namaste, Master. This is Sapna from Bangalore. I have a confusion with earthbound souls or the past life because I often get the flashes of faces of people, and it'll be in a repeated mode or different faces. So I just want to clarify whether it is a past birth or it is the earthbound souls or something.
Why you need to know about this?
And it disturbs me sometimes. And
Okay, because it disturbs you in the meditation. So in your meditation, you
yes,
see so many faces. You put an intent in the meditation. Who are you? Why you have come in my meditation? Like
okay,
that, you question and ask them.
okay,
Okay. Since you are meditating and these faces are coming, so when you see these kind of faces, you have to question them. You have to question, who are you? Why you have come in my meditation? You have to question them using your intent, using your thought power, you question them. And if they don't give proper answer, then you say, get out, don't disturb me, ignore and continue meditation. But if they give proper answer, then you say, you have come into my meditation, so what is the message you have? So give me the message and you can leave. So when they give some message, you use your common sense to see if that message makes sense. If it makes sense, accept. If it don't make sense, reject. That is the way you deal with it.
okay. Can I ask one more? And
Yeah.
sometimes not even during meditation I get the pictures. When I'm quiet or somewhere I'm busy with things or somewhere I'm there. I'll be getting the faces and I just want to, and not even in the meditation sometimes.
So your question is, what should I do?
Yeah.
In your open eyes, suddenly you see faces.
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So again, you have to put an intent. You put an intent.
Okay.
Make a prayer. Close your eyes. Make a prayer. Who are these faces? Why they are coming? I want to know it. They are disturbing me. If it is for the highest good, I'm willing to learn. But if it is not, I don't want to entertain it. Only if it is the truth of the highest order, it should come to me. If not, they should not come to me. Like that, you can make a sacred prayer. And your prayers will be answered if you are sincere. Okay?
Thank you. Thank you.
Yes. So, Swati, are you able to unmute now?
Am I
Yes.
audible?
Yes, go ahead.
Hello, sir. Myself, Swati. I'm an MBBS graduate from Kadalur. I have two questions. First question, it is regarding mindset. So, for strong mindset, I need to have strong willpower. For strong willpower, one should have a strong decision power. So, how do I get that decision power strong?
Meditation, practice of Mauna, the practice of Mauna, the practice of meditation. Okay? It gives you willpower. It strengthens your willpower. And the practice of mindfulness, it helps you to make decisions with clarity. The more awareness you have, the more the clarity increases. Your clarity depends on your awareness. So the more you practice mindfulness, the more you practice meditation, the more you practice Mauna, these three things helps you to raise your awareness to a highest degree. So with heightened awareness, there is more clarity. With greater clarity, there is greater willpower, greater decision-making power. Your willpower comes from the clarity of life. Once you are clear, this is what you want, your willpower becomes strong. Then you are in a do or die mode. But when you don't have clarity, then you are going like a pendulum, left to right, right to left in your decision making. You are not clear, you are confused. So you have to do these three practices. Okay.
Question. How to deal with strict parents?
What is there to deal with it? Accept it.
So I just have to accept my parents.
You have chosen your parents. Accept your decision. From the soul level, you have chosen the strict parents for a reason. Your soul has chosen this particular family, particular parents. You decided to enter your mother's womb, knowing all the situations. It's not made with accidental thing. It is meticulously planned. So many months of planning your soul has made to get this parents, the most suitable parents for you. So your soul has chosen for a particular reason. Accept it. And the more you do meditation, the more you will naturally understand why you have chosen these parents. You have chosen these parents to learn something. So focus on the
But
learning.
sometimes they are interrupting my decision. I feel like I have lack of freedom.
They are perfect. Your parents are perfect because you have chosen them. Your parents are perfect. The more you meditate, the more you understand why you have chosen these parents, what lessons you have to learn. And when you get into that clarity, you will start respecting them. You will start loving them for what they are, for who they are. Your relationship with your parents becomes beautiful when you understand yourself. So focus on self realization. All the relationships naturally become beautiful. Okay.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for the wonderful session.
Yeah, you're welcome. So we'll take the final few questions. So, Suvanti.
Hi, I'm Swanti. I'm from United Kingdom. When I started meditation 5 years ago, I understood the soul concept as some independent metaphysical entity, like part of Paramatma. But now I understand soul is not a separate entity, but the part of me that shows universal love, that shows compassion to others, doing selfless action, and the peace that is behind my ego. So I'm a bit confused here. Am I associating my values as soul? Secondly, when I have this understanding, I'm not believing in past life or future incarnations. Am I progressing positively or am I regressing, sir?
Madam, you have to come out of all the belief systems. Your understanding of soul is just because you read some book or you attended some workshop or you heard somebody. That is a wrong understanding.
Yeah.
What is the right understanding is when you realize the soul. When you sit in deep, you said you've been meditating for 5 years. Had you really meditated for 5 years, you would have enlightened by now. You would have realized by now. This question wouldn't have happened in the first place.
Mm-hmm.
So there is a lack of sincerity in your meditation. There is a lack of seriousness in your meditation. Or else you would have realized yourself.
Yeah, I can give my background then. I am a psychiatrist.
Whatever might be your background, you might be a rocket scientist, or you might be a psychologist, you might be a doctor, you might be a farmer, it doesn't matter. That is something to do with your profession. But your soul is pure energy, it's pure consciousness. In my life, with 1 week of intense meditation, I have realized myself. Only with 1 week of intense meditation, 8 to 10 hours per day. 1 week of intense meditation, I realized I'm not the body. I realized I'm not the mind. I realized there were so many identities were there. I was a male, I was an Indian, I was an engineer, I'm smart, I'm this, I'm that. All identities dropped off layer by layer, layer by layer. It naturally dropped off in my intense meditation. And I could experience myself as pure consciousness. So when you have that kind of experience, you realize that you are pure consciousness, you are pure energy, you are an eternal being. There is no death for you. I have experienced that there is no death in my own meditation with my sincere sadhana. It is the same with everybody. If I can do, anybody can do. So please practice intense meditation. Let go of all the theoretical understanding. That is nothing but garbage. If your theoretical understanding doesn't match with your practical sadhana, if your theoretical understanding doesn't match with your practice, then it becomes a garbage. So it is time to let go of all your knowing, of all your understanding, theoretical understanding, and sit in sadhana. and you will realize the truth. You will realize yourself. You will realize that you are an eternal being. So you don't need to understand the soul. You will realize the soul. You will realize yourself. When you realize yourself, you realize the truth. Okay. So as a psychiatrist, it is very important you realize the truth so that you can guide thousands of people in the right direction. Okay. All the best, madam. So Mahesh Sundaram.
Thank you for the opportunity. My name is Mahesh from Houston. I've been doing this meditation for last 6 to 7 weeks now. I did the 21-day challenge, but for July, I did that full 21 days. My experience with meditation is I've learned other forms of meditation. So I have to unlearn all those things and do this. But I'm doing it every day. But every day I've been doing it different times. There's no set time. So my experience is I get more thoughts and sleep than the watching of the breath. It's more like a thought loop that's going on. I could not, even though I wanted to cut the thoughts and come back, but I'm stuck in those thought loops. How do I make this meditation more effective and make progress?
So you are saying that you are not able to cut the thoughts?
Yes, I was in a thought loop and I was not aware at all to come back to the watching the breath.
Okay, so when you're closing your eyes, you are observing your breath and you are taken to the thought loop, and there will be a moment you realize I'm in the thought loop. So that moment where you realize that you are in the thought loop, that moment you immediately come back to the breath. You put your attention, you give your attention immediately back to the breath. So when you give your 100% attention to your breath, 100% awareness on your breath, you are cutting the thoughts. Cutting the thoughts means your focus is on the breath. The moment your 100% focus is on the breath, the thoughts are cut naturally. So that moment you become aware of your thought loop, that moment you immediately come back to the breath. So that is how you cut the thoughts again and again and again. And don't have any expectations in meditation, because expectations comes from the mind. The very purpose of meditation is to empty the mind. But when you have expectations in meditation, then again you are stuck in the mind, because expectations comes from the mind. So before you sit for meditation, you should drop all the expectations. Drop every single expectation. I want to experience energy. I want to experience peace. I want to be in a calm state. I want to experience certain improvement. Drop all the expectations. You simply close your eyes and you are with your breath. Whether meditation happens or not, you are least bothered. That should be your attitude. Whether meditation happens or not, you are least bothered. You are simply closing your eyes and being with the breath. When you close your eyes and be with the breath, whatever happens, let it happen. You're not having any expectations. Whether meditation happens or not, whether you get healed or not, whether you become peaceful or not, you're not bothered. And for example, if you decide to sit in meditation for 1 hour, for the 1 hour, you should not open your eyes. Whether meditation happens or not, whether you're in the thought loop or not, whether you're having body pains or not, for 1 hour, you decided to meditate. So for 1 hour, you should not open your eyes. If you practice this for 40 days, you practice this for 40 days without any expectations, coming back to the breath again and again. For 40 days, you practice. Okay, your mind becomes totally empty. First 40 days, your mind becomes empty. It will happen, but you don't expect. Sincerely, you do this experiment for 40 days.
Sure, definitely. So when I do at least 1 hour of meditation, but I cannot watch more than like 10 breaths. After that, I go to the thought loop. And then I spend more time in thought and then come back to breath after maybe
I give
10.
you the answer. The moment you realize you're in a thought loop, that moment you come back to the breath. Don't worry about the thought loop also. When you become aware of your thoughts, come back to the breath. That's all. Okay?
Okay.
Don't open your eyes. That is the most important thing. Don't open your eyes. The moment you become aware of your thoughts, don't fight with your thoughts. This is also very important. Don't fight with your thoughts. Don't be concerned about your thoughts. Don't go behind your thoughts. Don't be worried about your thoughts. Simply come back to your breath. That is the way you should practice it. Without fighting, without giving any attention to the thoughts, without getting worried about, because the moment you worry about the thoughts, you give energy to the thoughts. You are concerned about the thoughts, you are stuck in the thoughts. You are fighting with the thoughts, again you are stuck with the thoughts. So without fighting, without worrying, with no concerns, immediately come back to the breath again and again and again. Then what happens? The mind naturally surrenders to the breath. In the beginning, the mind tries every possible way to make sure that you are distracted. But when you come back to the breath again and again and again, naturally, the mind will give up. because the mind will say, oh, this fellow is a very strong fellow. I cannot, take him for a ride. So the mind will naturally surrender to the breath. But it takes time. So you have to be patient. You have to have a lot of patience. There are two things which is very important for a meditator. One is sincerity. You have to be very sincere, number one. And number two, you have to have a lot of patience. Okay. All the best. Practice
Yes.
it. You experiment it for 40 days.
Yes. So when I'm doing the breathing, sometimes I tend to do, because I learned in the past, like Sukshmana or inner breathing, it tends to go to that. Is that okay, or can I continue if the
That is
breath?
not. See, since you have the habit of manipulating the breath in the past because of certain techniques you did, so naturally you tend to go to that practice. So in this Anapanasati meditation, which is nothing but the Raja Yoga, simply you surrender to the natural breath. You should not manipulate your breath. So every time you catch hold of yourself that you are going into the old ways, you have to come back to the natural breath. It takes time. That's why I said you have to have a lot of patience. So that is, see, if you learn the right technique in the first place, then you don't need to reprogram it. So now you have to spend extra efforts to redo it, reprogram it, and then come back to this track. So nothing to worry. Don't bother about it. Don't worry about it. So you just be with your natural breath. And unconsciously, if you're going back to the old practices, don't be concerned. Don't get irritated. Don't be worried. You simply come back to the normal breath again. You should be cool. The more you are cool, the more you will be able to come back to the right path quickly. Okay.
Noted. Thank you very much.
Yeah, you're welcome. So I think Avinash was, yes.
Thank you, sir. So I have a question is it having a guru is must?
To have a guru is must to learn the science of meditation.
Okay.
To learn the science of meditation, you need a right teacher. But after you learn the science of meditation, the art of meditation, how to do meditation, after you learn the proper technology, the technique from the guru, then you don't need the guru. Only to learn the technology, you need a guru. But after you learn the technology, then your sincerity is your guru. Your breath is your guru. Okay?
Thank you.
So thank you very much, friends. All the best for your journey. Be sincere. Your sincerity will help you to come out of all the dukkha. Thank you very much. Namaste to all.